The challenge with a place like this is not that they don't have what you want. It's finding the bloody thing. A few months ago now, we were out camping and I just took one of my pans along, and it's been the first time I've gone panning in years. And I got some really good chunky gold. It was fabulous, really good pan of it. And posted a picture on Facebook, and a friend of mine from New Zealand who's also into medieval stuff said, hey, why don't you build a rocker box because it looks like there's a decent amount there. And so I thought, well, are they period? Were rocker boxes medieval? Turns out they're not. And that's what started the whole thing about the 16th century sluice, because sluices are period. But during those conversations, a few other people chimed in, and one of them said, hey, I've got a rocker box and you can have it. Problem is, he's in South Australia, I'm in Victoria. But anyway, the other day, his aunt delivered it to me. Now, it needs a little bit of work, so I have to go get some bits and pieces to fix it up. But it's basically all done. It's basically ready to use, just needs a little bit of touching up. Then I'll have a rocker box as well as a sluice. So in this video, I'm going to be making a couple of modifications to it, and then putting a sample through it and see how it performs. The challenge with a place like this is not that they don't have what you want. It's finding the bloody thing. So, from that prospecting site, I got this, I think it's aluminium mesh. It's really heavy duty though, which will make a great screen material. And this is a truck mud flap, which I think will also make a great matte material. And I also got this rib stuff, which is pretty decrepit, but I reckon will do for, you know, in the absence of anything else as a rib matting, and we'll give that a run. And yeah, I'm going to use these in the rocker. Rather than sticking this to this board, I thought this backing material is actually stiff enough to be the board itself. So I'm just going to cut this out and slip it in. And this is a Japanese Z saw, but this blade is specifically for cutting plastic. So handy for this, because this is I'm pretty sure this is a HDPE backing on this mat. Anyway, very handy, and means I don't have to use my good woodworking saws to do this. So that fits in there nicely. Slips all the way down though, so I'm going to have to add a piece of wood at the back here to sit on these blocks just to hold it back from the edge, so the material can fall down the back there. Now I'm going to knock these out. I already just pulled one out with my hand, so I'll get a hammer, knock those out, cut that matting to suit, and then I'll make a riffle ladder to go in here and put some blocks on the side with some wedges to hold it down. And then we'll be in business. Look at that. That is just gorgeous. So there's a good 4 little pieces there, plus that little tiny nugget. It's it's a tiny nugget, or it's a very big picker. And there's most of that dotty stuff is sand, but amongst it there's a good dozen or more specks of flower gold. So that's from one sample bucket with a whole stack of rock in it, which of course the rock doesn't have any gold in it. In fact, it's one of my, even without that big piece, that's a really good sample. So hurrah, the rocker box works. 2 things from this. The first is that the rocker box absolutely, definitely works. And that's awesome. I should have been catching the tailings so that I could pan them out to see if how much was going through. And the other cool thing about that sample is that it was from just down the road. It was closer than the whipstick, which is 2k away. So, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, and now that it's getting into summer and the flows are decreasing and the water's going down, I'm not going to be able to use the sluice again, probably, maybe, at least not for much longer. So having the pans and the rocker box means I can still get through a decent amount of material and hopefully might find more of the yellow stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to be having more prospecting stuff coming out through the summer. I've got more bee stuff coming out, got some more woodworking stuff, including including something I've been putting off for ages, which is sharpening my blacksmith-made Japanese saws. And so that's coming up now. So yeah, if any of those interest you, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell notification so that you get notified when I do a video. Because if you're seeing this via Facebook or some other form of social media, it's very easy to miss. But other than that, I'll catch you around. See you online.